back to another episode of the Dingbat District Podcast. We've got a returning guest, a fan favorite of the podcast. We've got my very good friend, Zack Marchand. Thank you for coming for another episode, buddy.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm excited to have you, but let's hit play back on the story. I'm sorry.
You're good. In China, basically China, really hot.
Really?
Really hot.
I don't know why I thought it was not going to be
humid.
A hot place.
I'm talking about like Brazilian, like rainforest. Like it was a 5-minute walk between the office and the hotel.
That makes sense, though.
I sweat through a shirt already.
Well, it's just a concrete jungle. Like we were talking about earlier, in China, there's no more space, and like having space is having all of the money in the world. Yeah. So they're just going straight up. So now it's just all sunlight bouncing off of buildings.
Dude,
like that sounds awful.
It's so hot. So yeah, I found a cool place to sit in the airport. And
do you go to Panda Express at all? Find any good Chinese food?
No, dude, bomb Chinese food. Okay, so that's the one cool thing about China is they subsidize food. So I could go get like a Michelin star restaurant meal for less than $50.
Really?
Yeah. Most food I would eat there, I would have like a bowl of Kung Pao chicken this big, like authentic Kung Pao chicken made by like 80-year-old granny in the back, guy's tooth, like full teeth missing, everything. He's been making the same Kung Pao chicken recipe for 100 years.
Are they also somehow still Mexican?
You know what? They kind of looked it. They might have not had papers. No, no one's sneaking into that country. I'll tell you that right now, dude. They have there's no open borders there, dog.
And even if there were, not many people are sneaking into China, like from where they're going.
No one sneaks into prison. So,
but I'm going to try and break into Guantanamo Bay.
So I would get like this Chinese beer that was like a full liter, this big old bowl of Kung Pao chicken, and it costed me $6.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Food was the government literally puts a limit on the how much food cost. I would go to other restaurants that are American restaurants, but the cuisine was completely different. Like KFC in China, they have like a chicken fillet bent into a taco, and then has crawfish in the middle with
oh my God,
with chipotle mayo on top.
They know how to do our food better than we do.
Oh, dude, it's the food there is amazing. I was disappointed when I was in Shanghai and I saw a Shake Shack, and I was like, dude, what kind of crazy stuff? What kind of crazy stuff are they cooking up in here?
We put peanut butter on the burgers. I'm like, they do that back home.
Yeah, no, I went there as a normal menu, and I was like, this is disappointing.
Change it. You have full right to change it some.
Dude, every other restaurant, I went to McDonald's. They made fun of me because I had McDonald's too much. And I was like, it's the only restaurant where I can point at the pictures to order. Everything else I'm doing Google Translate.
Right.
But I'm a huge wing guy. They had bomb wings. They had just straight up chicken wings.
At McDonald's?
At McDonald's, dude.
And it was good?
Slapping wings.
Okay, so in America, you're at risk when you don't spend good money on your pants for the rest of your life on a meal like that. Is that going on in China? Like,
no, my digestive system actually got worse when I got back to America.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like my whole body felt cleaner eating and everything in China.
I would have thought they would have had MSGs and stuff in their stuff too.
No, we put a bunch of seed oils in our shit. That's what's been making everybody fat.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know what's in it. It's gross. And then I got sick. I think I got a cold while I was there. At the end of week 2. That's another reason why I was ready to go home.
You got the Kung flu?
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back. I'm sorry.
No.
It's like 3 years too late, but
I was wanting to get COVID before on my way there to bring it back. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to be like,
You wanted to run a victory lap?
Yeah, I did. That's what I wanted. And so like, I know we created it here and then we blamed it on you, but I'm ignorant. I want to bring it back.
For America.
Yeah. And I got sick while I was there, and I'm asking like basically my coworkers like, what medicine do I need? Like, what boxes should I ask for? And I was like, do you guys have anything like Sudafed? And my boss looked at the ingredients, and they're like, no, we don't have anything like that. And I'm like, why? They're like, we don't poison our people. They're like, what is this shit? And I was like, I don't know. I've just been told Sudafed, ibuprofen. They're like, we have ibuprofen. That's normal.
Right.
And then I went in there, and the lady like took advantage of me. I walked out with like,
she touched her butt.
Dude, no, she just no. I wish
you were saying they were doing that in the elevators there, not in the pharmacies.
No,
I don't know why not.
Yeah, no, the elevators have no personal space. Like everyone, there's millions of people working in like sweatshop floors everywhere. I work for a tech company, and yet I'm still like sitting in a tiny cubicle, sweating my face off every day. Everyone has like a neck fan and then 2 other fans at their desk.
Oh.
And yeah, no, when you go in the elevator, you just pack in there like sardines. Like I had a chick right here up against my nipple.
Oh, it just smells like hot, wet
several guys groping me. Yeah. And then they're on their phones too. So it's not like we're standing there. Everyone's like this.
That
Just
sucks
looking at
too,
their
acting
phones.
like that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
If I would be in there, I'm like, can we at least address how everyone is touching every part of me right now?
No, they would have
This
been
is
like,
fucking crazy.
yeah, they would have been like, there's this angry lesbian in the elevator. Get her out of here
What
now.
happened to Guy Fieri? Why is he so pissed?
Yeah.
Did his restaurant get shut down here? Is that what happened?
Yeah, they would have been like, get him the fuck out. That's why I was scared. I was scared to make a ruckus of any kind while I was there.
Could you describe the ruckus?
Obsessed. A ruckus, yeah. A ruckus is a disturbance of any kind.
No, I was referencing Breakfast Club. I'm sorry.
Oh.
That's my autism, is I have to say a reference from a movie that I've seen.
What year were you born?
2000. But I love John Hughes movies.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
You're
also
born in
explained me being-
2000? I was
yeah.
about to call you old. Now I'm old.
Yeah.
When were you born?
1990.
Oh,
yeah. I'm old as fuck, dude.
Yeah, but I'm probably going to die before you.
Why?
If
I go back, I don't know, if I keep eating Chinese food, yeah, you will.
Probably. I don't bet anymore. I don't play blackjack. I used to love playing blackjack and poker and stuff like that. If I could bet on one last thing for the rest of my life, it's somehow that I would die before the rest of you. And if I could return on that investment somehow, I would figure out how to do that. Like if there was actually like a Deadpool,
Yeah.
I would put all of my money in my little secret stash in my room. Just here.
Pitch it to a Saudi guy, dude. They got all the money. Some Saudi guy would be like,
Well, I feel like at that point, he would take me for the sucker that I am and shoot me in the head and just take my money.
no. Dallas comedian Deadpool? Dude, maybe we should start that, dude.
Ooh, that's
We
a good
definitely
idea.
should.
Dallas
Did you ever play
comedy
that at like
Deadpool?
New Year's Eve? Or is my family just especially morbid?
Oh, that's especially morbid.
We would play that with like celebrities, not family members. That sounds awful.
Oh,
but
that
like,
would
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No, I thought you were like,
grandma's gonna go first. I call it. Dibs. No one can take grandma. I got grandma first. You made me have Uncle Fester last year, and he won't die.
Mom, why are you taking us on a cruise? Because those cruise ships are a little slippery.
1 out of every 7 sinks, and I'm gonna pick my luck.
Dude.
I picked all of you this year. I'm gonna win big.
Celebrities, okay. That's a little more normal. But no, we didn't play that.
Yeah. So the rules of it were, if for anyone that hasn't played, is you'd pick a celebrity and you'd take 100 and take your celebrity's age and subtract it, and that's how many points you got if they died.
So your family gamblers?
No, it was all for bragging rights, which is even worse now that I
Okay.
think about it. You're like, haha, they died and I knew they were going to die, bitch. We were all just competitive.
That's fun. That's fun.
And then you try to pick Betty White every year for the safe pick, and then she made
Oh,
it to
yeah.
99. You're
Yeah.
like, you were never going to give me anything.
Gosh, you guys were hoping Betty White would die.
I
That's
was
so
never
sad.
hoping. I was just playing the odds, man.
Yeah, that's good odds. That's
Great
good
odds.
Steve
And-
Buscemi, somebody who I would have picked a lot.
Okay, so let's
He
play.
looks like a melting candle.
Let's play a
constantly.
3-round Deadpool between the three of us.
Okay.
With, not Dallas comedians because they don't count. No one cares about them.
Steve Walsh. No, I'm just. I love Steve. Okay, like just like we
if
love
Steve
Betty
Walsh
White.
dies, so is Michael.
But
They're
I
in the
have
same
to,
car.
Yeah, they're in the same car.
We do actual celebrities.
Actual celebrities. And you know what? Because you're the guest, I'll let you go first.
Okay, who we think's gonna die next?
Yeah.
Who I think's gonna die next?
Out of 100 too, so you got to make it fair. Like, obviously, say
What do
for
you mean
example,
out of 100?
so like 100 is the final score. If you pick someone that's 112 and they die, you get no points.
That's dumb.
Ooh,
But if you pick someone that's 30, you get 70 points if they die.
I got my 3 already.
All right. Okay. I gotta start thinking about mine. But y'all go ahead. It'll go this way. It'll be a snake and it'll come back.
Cool. Harry Styles.
Ooh, you're playing into the controversy. Ooh,
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
Britney Spears.
Ooh, that's a great one. That's a good one. That's a real good one.
That's a good one. She doesn't know anything though, because if she did, she would have already been dead.
All right, let's go out with a fucking bang for number 1.
Or you're betting on self-infliction.
Yeah, it's anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
anything.
You're like, Zach, you haven't. I've
Yeah.
not thought about this.
Yeah.
I just saw a broken woman and placed a
Yeah,
bet, Zach.
just
All right,
smoking crack and
Got
dancing around with knives.
got it.
You know what? I'm gonna call out someone that's been canceled, and I bet he if he doesn't get what he wants, he's gonna die soon. Kevin Spacey.
Ooh,
That's a decent one.
okay.
His life sucks. What's life at this point? He's just doing all the drugs and banging all the men that want to bang him still.
Yeah,
On some. All right, so now I got to think of number 2. Oh, damn it!
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be good.
I got to pick a lady. You know, you got to be inclusive. So a lady's got to die now.
Mm-hmm.
What lady's gonna die? Who am I gonna kill? Is Sally Fields? No, she's dead.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's still alive.
Sally Fields?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pick her, but look her up just in case, because I could have sworn she had cancer.
I got a female pick.
You know what? Okay, so it's not a snake draft. So you go next.
Okay.
Because I can't think of anything.
Okay. Courtney Cox.
Courtney. Oh, that's a great one, but I don't want her to die.
I don't want her to die either. But guess what? They're not doing. I think they killed her off in the last Scream movie, and they're not doing any more Friends reboots. And dude, she's looking frail.
Yeah, I could see a Botox related.
Looks exactly like Linda Stogner. Now that I hadn't thought about that at all.
Nah, that gem's gonna live forever.
She is great. I was just thinking about Smokey.
God,
last night, Smoking
dude,
Bandit.
you know what? If she came up to me and was like, "Oh my gosh, come in my house, make me some tea,"
Right now, yeah,
and she'd be like, "I'll just give you a handy."
with her wrinkly hands.
Yeah, dude. But that's the
Blake,
thing. It's not about sex for her. It's about taking care of you, because you were injured on you're on the streets. Oh, dude.
Can we get an age check?
Bombshell.
Can we get an age check before I say
What
anything?
a bombshell.
You know what? Let's
Why?
just stick with the ones of her being old. She's still hot in those.
Why?
Because
No, dude, Blake, do not click on the one where she's 14.
look at this one. She's got laugh lines. That's okay.
Blake's like, let's go from old lady to hot lady to file real fast.
I forgot that you can't see who I'm poking to. No. Go back up to where the row you were just on. White tube top, halter top. Is that what they're called?
Dude, don't ask. What a women's...
You have a wife and a daughter. I don't want to hear it. You should know.
Yeah, it's a top. It's a top I wouldn't allow in my house.
Whores.
Yeah, whores.
We'll get back to our game, but I think we need to bring back old words.
Yeah, I think so. My daughter uses the word horse. She uses a horse. She goes, Dad, we had...
she watched Sunny?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just started this year.
There you go. Good dad.
Just started this year. she sees people and she goes, "What a dumb bird!" Like she's on it, and then
Dumb flightless bird.
Yep. She said the other day, she's like, "Dad, we had in health class, we had to watch this video because everyone in my class is a bunch of whores." And I was like, "What was it?" And it was just like a health, like, it was the
video. That
it was like, yeah, it was a health sex thing, and she was just like, yeah, she's like. But there was a specific section on like abortion and like safe sex and like that whole side.
Right.
She's like, they could have just ended it on like, don't do it. And I'm like, you're right, bub. Yeah. Good job. I did beg her the other day. I told her, my 12-year-old daughter, I was like, if you wanted to be a lesbian, that would really help me out.
Yeah, that'd be a great.
Dude, you're not getting knocked up. Your wedding.
You're going to move in quick with someone.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to worry about rent.
And I'm not going to pay for a wedding because they change relationships so much. Statistically, they're the.
I'll take you down to the courthouse.
Yeah,
I'll drive you there.
So it would be
I'll pay for the limo to take you there.
And they would adopt. They would adopt a nice little Chinese boy.
Yeah, Chinese.
Yeah, dude, bring it all around, full circle.
No,
so
do y'all want
frosted tips too?
Yeah, and she goes, no.
I want to not pay for college. I'm dead set on adopting. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
But black, Dominican, one or the other. They're either going to be a football star or a baseball star.
And here's the thing. I think we learned during COVID that DIYing things.
I'm DIYing my future.
Yeah, don't DIY a kid. You guys are sitting there like, my wife and I, we thought we're both collegiate athletes. We're like, we're going to birth a collegiate athlete. And then I forgot. I was like, my roots is I'm French and short. And then my daughter comes.
You can have a big dong that fits you out of the Olympics.
My daughter,
At best.
Yeah. That guy, I think he got the combined excess from all Frenchmen. It's just him.
C'est comme ça.
Yeah, so it was just...
C'est plein pour moi.
Yeah, I found out. She just was like, Dad, I want to play volleyball. And I'm like, shit, this is going to be rough. But dude, by the way, that guy at the Olympics, like...
Mr. Baguette?
Is he hurting? He's not hurting.
No.
The next day he signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Hanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was like, I almost won the gold for...
yeah, we know, kid. We saw.
Pole vaulting. I've always been good at handling large poles. But I did not win gold.
Yeah, he wasn't...
What happened? Oh, my giant
big dong got in the way.
I hit it. You can see it on the TV. I don't even need to show you.
Now I'm going to go back home and spit on the poor people.
Smoke cigarettes and drink coffee.
I'm going to blow cigarette smoke directly into my wife's armpit hair. I don't know if that's a French accent, but...
No, those are horrible French accents.
I don't know what French people sound like because they suck and they're losers.
We're not feeling sorry for the guy with the huge dong.
No. We were both doing Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, we were. We're doing Puss in Boots with a big...
What does Puss say?
Duck and Boots.
Challenge me if you dare.
Oh, dude, the last Puss in Boots, Last Wish was a treasure.
Really?
It was as good. It was up there with like it had the animation level of Into the Spider-Verse. It was that good.
Okay, so before we forget to complete our game, because we are the Scratch and Sniff Dingbat District podcast, Blake, you have your number 2 pick.
Bear Margera.
Oh, it's
Dude, you're picking all the low-hanging fruit, dude.
You really are, but you got to play the game. Sometimes you just play the game. I was thinking about it. I'm gonna pick someone who I want to die because I've heard she's a terrible person. I don't know her real name, but Phoebe from Friends.
Oh,
you made me think about her with Courtney Cox.
yeah.
I've heard she's an awful person,
I've heard that.
and she's not that funny on the Friends show. So,
No, if we're killing friends, I'd probably kill her first.
oh, I thought you were gonna take out someone else. I'm like, even David Schwimmer can stay. Come on, let him stay because
It'd be her
everyone
first.
knows if you're picking off Friends, it goes Phoebe then Schwimmer. No one's taking out Joey.
Yeah. So I have a tie.
Okay,
It's either
let's make it 4 rounds then.
Okay.
But you pick 2 at the same time.
okay. I have Bert Kreischer and
That would be fun.
Yep, and Joaquin Phoenix.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah.
especially after he fucked up Joker.
Yeah.
Fuck you need to die.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Todd Phillips was like, you know that scene in It's Always Sunny where Charlie comes out and he's like, I wrote a musical.
And he's got silver all right here.
He's like, I wrote a musical. That's what Todd Phillips did. Todd Phillips came out and goes, I wrote a musical. And everyone at Warner Brothers is like, why? He's like, no. I wrote a musical. It's going to be great. They're like, okay.
Well, we already gave you all of the money for you to write it.
Dude,
so-
yeah, dude, all that budget literally came from music licensing shitty songs that Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix sang to.
The Nightman. Ah!
Yeah. I'm going to win her back.
Champion of the day, man.
My daughter's favorite song is "You Gotta Pay the Toll to Get in That Boy's Hole."
Could you make the? No, I'm saying soul. I'm saying you got to pay the toll to get in the boy's soul.
We don't touch the girls. We do not touch them. Do not worry. We do not touch the girls. We gotta have a song about that. We gotta have a song about that, dude. That show's been on what 17 seasons now.
Yeah, since
the first
like 05.
The first episode, they say the N word, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called.
They hanging the people in the rafters.
The pilot.
Yeah.
The pilot of the episode,
What?
and then it got cleared for 8 seasons.
Well, yeah, because it was a bait and switch. They're like they made it about being black, but then it was really about being gay. That was the genius of it.
And then the last episode of the first season, Charlie dresses up as a fucking Nazi.
Yeah.
Also great.
Yep.
Also great.
I
And
know
then,
you can't do that anymore.
towards the end of it, they I guess they had felt like they've lost their way a little bit in being raunchy like that, and then fucking, Mac's character comes out and he's ripped again, and they're trying to get him to come out as gay.
The
And-
best, the peak.
You turned.
Dude, the episode where he comes out, I think it won an Emmy. If it, I have to look back. I think I looked back the other day because I rewatched that episode. If it didn't, it deserved it. It was one of the
That
best.
dance scene was beautiful.
Dude.
As much as that's not anything I'd ever appreciate or like, I appreciated that. That was very artistic and gay.
Well, it just was like Frank was trying to understand what he was talking about, and he keeps taking him to like a BDSM dungeon. He's like, "You into this?" He's like, "You want to get strung up by your nipples and fucked in your ass?" And
No,
he's like,
Frank-
"I'm not into that." And he's like. And then they went by like a super gay bar. He's like, "You into this?" And he's like, "I don't think you know what it means." And then the fact that Mac was able to tie his homosexuality back to Christianity somehow, and he made God a hot woman. God's kind of like this hot chick who like accepts me, and it's like, what are you talking about? And then it culminates in this dance, and then you literally have the same moment Frank does where you're like, I get it. And then you have disappointing fact that his dad still didn't accept it, which was the horrifying fact. But Rob like, dude, he's looking really weird these days. Like, he's looking a little strange. Like, fame's gotten being friends with Ryan Reynolds. Maybe he's so insecure.
Welcome to
being-
Wrexham really did something to him.
Yeah, standing next to Ryan Reynolds all day, dude. I would start getting some plastic surgery.
Yeah. Especially when he came back for no reason with the 8-pack, and then they just wrote that in because it was for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, that was I feel like you were just writing in a way for him to get jacked for no reason.
Well, his workout regimen, he literally said what it was, is that he just said, I did the same workout, but I ate ice cream every day.
Right.
And then I just, all I did,
wild.
so he was building the rip structure underneath. and then he just stopped eating ice cream, and that's what it was. It wasn't like keto, it wasn't the Ozempic, it wasn't the O's. It was just like I ate like a dummy, and I stopped eating like a dummy. Which we'll get back to the game. My wife got on Ozempic, and she's like, "This is working so well. It works really well." And I'm like, "Crazy! Stop eating so much food." And you lose weight. That's fucking nuts, right?
That's wild. Burn your intestines out from the inside out to where it smells like, I'm not saying your wife, but my mom when she was on it.
Yeah.
Rotten egg farts for a lady my whole childhood. I'm not saying my mom didn't fart.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't fart around me.
Yeah.
And then just one leaker of a fucking anal seepage, fucking garbage sewage. Like it was... I'd imagine that's what the trash barge in the middle of the ocean smelled like.
Oh, gosh.
It smelled like a dead person crawled into her ass and liquefied and was falling out.
Or as Tony Hinchcliffe would say, Puerto Rico. His words, not mine, okay? He's the one who said it.
I bet he wishes they weren't his words either.
No, not at this point. He's still defending them, too.
Just because it bombed. It bombed
It wasn't a good joke.
Yeah.
The joke, and the funny thing is the joke exactly after that was good. The P. Diddy joke. Good.
Yeah.
Just like, dude, don't attack like a country.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't a good joke, and I think that's why everyone's critical of it. And do we hate him for trying a joke? I do not hate him for trying a joke.
Yeah. But it's just, I never liked him from the jump, and that was more based on, like, what I see of his character and, like, who he is on Kill Tony and everything.
Yeah.
I get more annoyed than I dislike him, I guess I'd say, because now he's really fucking shoehorning in the gay jokes. Like that's all. The only jokes he makes about him is I'm gay. He's like all right. Like
I don't know. It's like, dude, what if I stopped? If I stopped leaning into Guy Fieri jokes, still people are gonna make them.
Yeah. But if you did 15 minutes, 14 minutes wouldn't be Guy Fieri jokes.
Yeah,
that's my
one
thing.
Line
That's my thing with everyone. Like I love fat joke humor. Yeah. I grew up watching John Panette. I grew up watching Ralphie. I love all of those jokes.
Would you get fat just to be funnier?
I've thought about it. I barely get booked, so considering it. So all the fat that your wife and everyone in the world is losing, I'm just gonna pump it right back in.
I'm just saying, dude. Why don't you just pump some ice cream like Rob McAnally?
I just got off of ice cream.
Yeah.
And honestly, getting off of ice cream just meant switching ice cream to 2 cookies at night. Like I'm not healthy. No, I'm just less fat.
Dude, here's the deal. You're gonna get fat. Get fat.
Why is everyone's campaigning here to get me fat again?
Get fat, get booked, and then have a transformation.
I'm just gonna do this every 6 months. Yeah, 6 months of just getting absolutely obese.
No, it's a 3-year arc. It's a 3-year arc.
Dude,
okay,
imagine
6 months to 6 months. Yeah. I want to go from fat to ex machina.
How much do you want this, you dumb bitch? Like, what's wrong with you?
Dude, weight loss clips do fucking amazing.
Dude. Yeah, but they're so gay. God,
yeah,
they're
who gives
lame.
a shit?
No, dude. Every American is between losing weight and gaining weight. You're gonna gain a whole comedic perspective. You haven't chafed in a while, dude. You need to chafe to get those jokes. Yeah, you need to chafe. You need to know what it's like to hurt to bend over to get something.
My back hurts just fine, sir. Thank you.
I'm just saying, like,
I have to give JB and Jake so much of my money just to fix my spine.
Well, that's gay sex, dude. That's different.
Yeah, in his office with it's got a window now. But
it's got a window now?
His old office did not have a window.
That's creepy.
Well, it was one of those offices that's inside a much larger office, and he's renting like a room that is mostly. It used to be a storage closet, but it was. Yeah, like he was adjusting my back in there, and then now he's got a window, and he's working out at a CrossFit gym, and it makes a whole bunch of sense. But
I'm glad for Jamie's window. I love Jamie. I'm glad he's got a window.
Yeah,
he's really moving up in the world. He got a window.
He's got a window.
All right, Blake, who are you gonna kill now?
So I got 2.
Yeah, we're gonna go 2 now.
Yeah, doubles.
Do Shia LaBeouf
Ooh.
and Jack Nicholson.
Ooh. Yours are pretty accurate. Not fun though. I'm not liking these.
All right, no? I'm gonna make Blake sad.
I'm
I'm gonna make Blake sad accidentally. I'm sorry, buddy, but Nick Cage is probably gonna go.
No,
That's fucked.
He's gonna live forever, man.
Yeah, dude.
Let's see, is there anyone around?
Nick Cage is the kind of guy that would just go like spend hours in a VO booth and like getting his body 3D scanned so his attorneys could use his likeness far after he dies.
Okay, and for my final one, I don't want this to happen because he's underrated and he's one of my secret favorite comics of all time, but Patton Oswalt. If he kicked the bucket, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, dude, what else do you do after your wife kicks the bucket the way she does.
Have a half sad, half hilarious special and put it on Netflix.
Yeah, and then once your daughter's 18, she's out living her life. You know what I mean? Once their daughter is old enough to like be out on her own, yeah, maybe you just call it, dude. Maybe you just call it.
Yeah. He was always sad before his kid. I mean, one of his best jokes was how his daughter made his depression creative.
Yeah.
He's also got one of my favorite bits, and you might have to bleep the word out, but it just starts off out of nowhere. He goes, there are gay right? Like, there have to be gay people out there. You're like, you know, they're marching down the street. We're here. We're queer. Apples. Because who doesn't like a nice crisp apple? You know, numbers. He's like, who wouldn't love that? He's like, I'm going to have an apple. I'm going to have an apple and some cock. I'm going to put a hat on him. I'm going to name him Henry. It's a 90-second joke of just gibberish from one of the wokest comics of all time, I'll say. And it's fucking hilarious.
It's such an easy joke, too. I mean, it fucking murders.
It was so fucking funny. I remember I showed that to Selena, thinking she was going to dump me at one point. My ex-girlfriend now at this point. And I showed it to her. I'm like, maybe this will break up the relationship, and I don't have to. And she laughed. I'm like, maybe one more month. Maybe one more month. I'll stick with her.
My daughter is very. Her biggest platform right now is she wants to bring the word back.
Gays coming back? I don't see why not.
It has an actual definition. It means like held back in some way. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be demeaning. They should just own the word.
The generalization, the broadness of that definition.
Well, and here's the deal. People, you can use any word to be hateful and mean. And people should not use words.
You fucking shovel. I called someone a pheasant the other day.
Yeah, dude. You're going to ban the word pheasant? You should ban people's bad intentions, not words. Don't be a word police.
Yeah.
We should just go back to, like, we should all carry a cane, like in Australia, how they cane people for...
What if I called you a fiddler? Dude, you're a fucking fiddler, dude. You fiddler? You fiddling over there? Dude, he's a fiddler.
Hey, you watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
I know we're playing a game right now, but no one calls me a fiddler in my own home. You fucking prick.
See?
God damn it, Blake. I told you about this motherfucker. I said it.
You wanted him back.
This man walked in my house, and you know what he called me? He called me
a fucking fiddler, Mom.
I told you we should have Rudy back on.
Yeah. Rudy would be like, what's a fiddler? Is that like a kid toucher?
Yeah, it is, Rudy. Now go play.
My uncle would be one of those. My uncle be one of them sometimes.
That's so spot on.
That was not a black accent. That was a Rudy accent unique to him.
Don't give him black scent.
Rudy's.
Yeah, but if you say Rudy carries with a black scent, he'll wear that like it's
he
pride.
would. I can't. I shouldn't give him that much credit.
Your cadence with him is spot on.
Huh? Oh
yeah,
because I'm around him so much. I love the kid to death, but he's just like.
Yeah, he's that old Tom Segura bit where you're about to say something, you go, I'm about to rip you up.
Dude.
You got to calm yourself back down.
See, the thing is that you can rip up Rudy, like you can just like decimate him. He's like, that's funny, dude. That's funny. You should do that on stage. Like that's all he does. Like he's such a carefree, free spirit, dude.
I love him, dude. Like the other day we were hanging out a back door, and I just kind of nicely started bullying him. Like I walked up and he's wearing a chain, and I just go, give me that. And he did. And I put it on. I was wearing it for 45 minutes, and he's getting drunk like, Rudy. And like 45 minutes later, I go, Rudy, come get this fucking chain off me before I forget to give it back to you and just take it. Yeah. I'm going to feel bad.
Nah, he's a bottler, dude.
Like
he'll just steal another one.
It's no problem, man.
It wasn't his to begin with, dude.
It was my cousin's.
Yeah, dude. Someone exchanged that in their shoes for a bag.
I think my favorite clip of all time was when you were talking about taking his battery out.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, he was
so good.
We're like, dude, what's wrong with you, my guy?
Rudy's just a little tired.
He's just a little tired.
I was saying that to people like that was a known joke.
Should that be the new word for retarded people? Is tired?
Rudy's
or just
tired.
Rudy's tired of his brain working. His brain's tired of life. Like,
I feel like when he goes to bed, like his own body's just like, we're gonna stop breathing, and then he wakes up and you're like, how did you do that?
Dude, no,
He's a cockroach.
No, Rudy's the type of guy who like would wake up with night terrors and just start swinging. And he'd just walk up and be like,
he'd start swinging.
And be like, Rudy, you're okay? He's like, yeah, what?
That's exactly what I was about to say. He'd start swinging, and then he'd do the like, and then he'd like go get like a drink.
I didn't hit her. I did not.
What are you dreaming about, Rudy? He's like,
dude, Rudy fucks, dude. If half the stories he tells me,
he's got a kid,
dude. If half the stories he tells me are true,
they're not.
I don't know, dude.
But a quarter of them are, so he still probably fucks.
Dude, I don't.
I'll
okay.
bleep it all.
So we were talking about Rudy, and last time we were here, we were talking about how nerdy we are. And
Yeah.
I haven't gone to see a bunch of movies recently, but I have sat down to watch one, and I was sad it was awful. Have you seen Venom 3 yet?
I have not.
It's dog shit. Let me save you all of your time.
No. I'm still gonna go watch it.
Fair enough. But I watched it for free and turned it off halfway, and I'm not that dude. I'll sit down and watch.
Did you pirate it, you son of a bitch?
Yeah.
Fuck you, don't even.
I've got a hacked Fire Stick. I paid for it. It's
You-
amazing.
You're ruining my livelihood.
Yeah, dude. This is how we make our money, dude.
Yeah, me and him.
Yeah, dude.
It's free. I'm sorry.
This
crawl
is
under-
why I have
Dude,
to do
go.
podcasts.
You know what? Go get fat and crawl under a house and get stuck. You dumb bitch.
That's my
You
biggest
dumb
fear.
Bitch.
You are the reason.
Me crawling around plumbing and then no, actually I'll tell you what my biggest fear is crawling under a house. It's that I'm gonna sneeze and pick my head up and there's gonna be a nail coming through the subfloor and I'm just gonna stick there like the impaler. Just
Oh, gee. You don't wear a hard hat?
no.
Well, that's on you, dude.
You probably
It
should.
wouldn't fit, dude. Like there's some like today I was crawling through plumbing underneath a home and I got stuck in like my belt loop from my crawl suit got stuck on the top of the pier. I'm like, well, I'm stuck here now. I'm just gonna live under this home until.
Dude, you're just a tall guy trying to be a jockey. This sounds like a job for small children.
I know. I hate
Small
it. I hate it so much.
Small people. Why is Jolly Green Giant trying to do
Because I'm the only other employee at the company. It's not my dad because he's as tall as I am and rounder, but his favorite joke in the world in front of clients is, he's only here to crawl through the holes. Thanks.
You're huge. It's not a funny joke.
It's not even a joke anymore. There are so many times where we both look at a hole and go, I might actually have to dislocate my shoulder again to get through that. And they're like, all right, well, go do it. I was like, fucking what?
Stop pirating movies. Okay, yes. Venom 3, you didn't like. Did you watch the first two?
I loved them. Well, and I didn't even. Everyone hated the second
'Cause
one.
A lot of the
Well,
the
okay.
second one's the weakest.
Loved the first one. Second one was I liked it.
Blake,
I'll give it that.
Andy Serkis directed the second one, but I don't know who directed this one. You mind looking that up for me? Yeah, I knew what it was going to be. As soon as they introduced, so I'm a super huge comic book nerd. As soon as they introduced Noel, which was the big bad who wasn't there, I knew it was just going to be fan service. This whole last movie is going to be fan service. Once they started, okay, so the writer of all three, so she wrote all three, I believe, and so she basically got her flowers here at the end.
Wait, go back up. Is the blonde lady who wrote it?
No.
Okay,
That
I was
girl's
gonna
from,
say.
no, that lady's from
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. No,
Yeah.
no. She was one of the scientists in it. Okay, so it wasn't that great. I get it.
Well, the thing that was pissing me off is what they did writing-wise for the movie to save their own ass. Is like, spoiler alert, I guess,
It's
but
fine.
they
TikTok
were
spoiled it all for me. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I read all the comics. I know what happens.
fair enough. But they wrote in to the script a way to where they spent all this money on CGI, but you never see full Venom at a certain point in the movie. Like 10 minutes into the movie, you don't see full Venom anymore for the movie because they wrote in a way to where the symbiote can't full form
if he transforms and Noel can track them.
Exactly.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
He's read
what
the
do they call-
comics.
It wasn't a kyber crystal, but it sounded something like that. Codex. Codex crystal.
Yeah, because if Noel gets a hold of the Codex, then he's freed from
The prison that he's in.
Cryot, yeah, which is Homo sapiens. Yeah.
Yeah, well, as someone who's not as much of a comic book nerd, so that probably doesn't piss you off since you know the storyline of it.
No, it would piss me off because it was a way to save money. But here's the deal: the times they did use the CGI, let me ask you this: was the CGI good?
No.
Okay,
No,
well,
it
then
was.
that's a little bit of a mistake.
What
was the budget? Can you see, budget? What was the budget? If it's over $200 million, this is a problem. If it's under $200 million, okay. See, that's not that bad.
Okay.
Joker is $240 million
Jesus
with no
Christ.
CGI.
Oh my God, and too much singing.
Yeah.
Any bit of singing was
So
too much singing.
$120 million budget, half decent CGI. Tom Hardy probably took a quarter of that. Makes sense.
The thing that was really making me mad was the dialogue, which for me, now that I've seen so many movies, writing dialogue is something I'm just a snob to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But they ruined, like, they made Venom himself a fucking moron now. They made him like an idiot. They made him Deadpool. And then Tom Hardy is just a curmudgeon asshole. And
I'm just getting warm, dude. Just keep talking.
I should have expected the flames. That's on me. But the way they were just writing it in, I was like, you could have saved everyone the time and not wrote this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But Venom was such a cool fucking thing that, like, they just ruined it at a certain point.
Was it a good? Because their whole dynamic was like a good buddy cop dynamic, right, between Venom and Tom. Was that at least apparent?
Yeah, but beforehand, and especially Venom 1, probably more so Venom 2, it was buddy cop, but Venom was a curmudgeon, and he was just constantly asking to eat people. And in the third one, he's like Rudy.
He wants money for gambling.
he's just he's a fucking golden retriever. Like,
yeah,
he's just a big old dummy. Like, oh, can we go look at the flowers? Like, he's Bert Kreischer, really. Like,
okay.
It was like, that's not. I didn't read any of the comics, but nowhere does it line up that would make sense that he just becomes a fucking goofball.
Yeah. And just it sounds like they phoned in the third movie.
Yeah, they probably did.
And also go watch it because I love symbiotes. I have giant on the back of my truck. I have a giant Venom sticker. I have like a lot of the art that I've done in the past and sold has been like
You're
Venom
an artist?
art. Yeah. Artist. I'm an artist as much as I am a comic. Not really one, but
Nice.
I can't shoot fucking. I'm not a basketball
I
player
gave it to
either.
you. I didn't want to look.
Yeah, I'm not a basketball player either. But yeah, no. I've dabbled in the paints, but yeah, no. I love Venom. Venom's one of my favorite characters. He, when a lot of people, he was like the first anti-hero. Deadpool wasn't shit for a long time.
Right.
People now want to ride his dick and do all this stuff. Venom was like one of the first anti-heroes, and so I kind of liked that. But I recently went and saw a fantastic, because I'm seven tickets away from hitting platinum on Cinemark rewards. I'm a big Cinemark rewards person.
That's pretty rad.
I've saved $350 this year. Cinemark
Holy
rewards.
shit.
Yeah, dude. If you play that game right, of like, because you pay $10 a month, you get a free ticket, but then you get discounts for like everything else.
Well, that was AMC stubs too, because you got 3 free movies a week.
Yeah, I just hate AMC's.
Yeah. That's the one big problem is
AMC's garbage.
What is it, like $4 Tuesdays? That's
Yeah.
such a great deal for a movie, but you got to go to an AMC, and the only one that I know is stuck in the Irving Mall, and it's like slowly dying.
The closest one to me is Stonebriar Mall, which all like kids go to and finger fuck each other in the back of the theater. And how do I know that? Because I did it.
I turn around.
I did it. I did it as a kid, and yeah, I turn around too. And then, but I went to go see the last movie I went and saw Stonebriar was The Batman.
Oh.
And there was a bunch of families who brought their children
To emo bat.
to IMAX.
Hmm.
So like Batman and Catwoman were kissing, and this 5-year-old behind me goes, "Ew!" And I turned around and I go, "Shut the fuck!" Like I didn't care. There's kids on iPads with headphones.
Oh no!
Like I only go to 2 movie theaters. I go to West Plano, which is right next to the headquarters of Cinemark.
Okay.
So that theater, and West Plano's old people and Michael Moore. Like it's just it's just old, rich, privileged people who play piano and play hockey. Which is fucked up. I can talk shit because my mom taught me how to play piano and I also play hockey. So we're of the same cut. But
Two birds of a feather.
Yeah, old people. And then the best theater is off Webb Chapel Hill, off 635.
Oh yeah.
It's the last Cinemark to have an IMAX because it got grandfathered in.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any 7 special millimeter filmed movies like Oppenheimer or something like that, that's the only Cinemark that shows it. And then also they give away parts of the reel in movies. So like when I was at Oppenheimer, they gave away cuts because they have to cut away parts of the film. They give them out to people after the movie.
That's rad.
Those are the 2 theaters. I'm a movie snob. I love Alamo, but it's too far. And they use a less superior Sony 4K projector that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, but the Dolby there is amazing. The sound
Where?
at an Alamo, which makes no sense. Like
I didn't. Yeah, they did get Dolby in a couple. Dolby's great. Like,
yeah, the one in Denton I go to. I was like, holy shit, the fucking.
I went to the one in Carrollton. I don't think they have the Richardson.
So
Okay.
let me ask you this, because I've been asking everyone that's coming on since I've seen it. Have you seen Megalopolis? Hey, I said it. I
have
got
not.
it.
The last movie I saw, which was absolutely fantastic, my favorite Transformers movie is Transformers 1.
Oh.
Absolutely fantastic. Amazing story. Amazing voice acting. It was heart-wrenching because it starts off Optimus and Megatron are friends.
Oh,
They're best friends.
I didn't even know this movie was out.
Oh, dude, they're friends. So the guy who played Paperboy, I forgot his name, in Atlanta, and Chris Hemsworth
yeah, I
are
don't know.
Megatron and Optimus Prime. They're just minors. They're not anyone. They're nobodies. Bryce Tyree Henry.
Yeah, Brian
Tyree.
Tyree.
What else is he?
He was in Externals.
I think he was in Walking Dead also.
Oh, no. I'm lame as fuck, so I remember him as Tybalt from fucking Shakespeare.
Yeah. So
Damn it. Damn it, I'm gay. That's
Fag.
So they
turned around.
so they're friends, and basically, spoiler, what they do is they find out that the guy who's like leading the country, leading the society, actually murdered all the good guys and made a deal with the bad guys, and their whole lives are a lie.
Sounds like the Afghan War.
So they go and take over. They take over the government. Bumblebee is like this half-wit,
Rudy.
voiced by.
That's the new R word. Is we're just gonna call
Rudy,
people
Rudy.
Rudies.
Voiced by Keegan-Michael Keel. And then the girl in there's Scarlett Johansson, and then John Hamm does the voice of the villain. It's very good. It's very, very good. I absolutely loved
I'll have
it.
to go check that out. If I check that
Did
out,
you
I'm
see
gonna
the
lay in
Saturday
bed.
Night Live movie?
I did not.
Dude, that was really
I
good.
do want to go see that
I
one.
do want to see that one. Also, Halloween's different in my house. So we do, every year, my family and I, we get a list together, and it's like spooky season. We're watching TV shows. It has to be Halloween. Movies, we have two different lists. It's Beetlejuice, Hocus Pocus. It's The Craft. We go through all of them, and then late at night when the girls go to bed, I'm watching, Insidious, Conjuring, Hereditary. Like
I never could
I'm
get
all
into those. I never could get into horror because it's either, and I'm going to show my full
but you
vagina.
can get into a horror.
I can get into a thriller,
Oh,
not necessarily even horror. Like
He didn't get it.
a whore,
A whore.
a
Rudy.
whore.
I'll get into hoors all day long. I'll get into a Rudy all day long, all day and twice on Sunday, baby boy.
Some whores are real whores. You're
And
like,
you do have to
damn
pay
it, you're
those whores."
pregnant and I have chlamydia. No,
You can't get a tooth.
Life sucks.
Rudy
well-
did. No, shit.
No, that's why I was telling you we need to make a low budget horror film. That's how we're gonna.
Yeah, and that
That's
one.
how all actors and directors. That's like
Yeah.
literally the easiest way because horror fans are the most forgiving because they
Exactly.
love the genre so much.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many like cheesy, shitty ones that do well because they're just fans just love. They just love the art of it.
Right.
And that's what they're all about. So that's literally the Scream Queens is what we call them. So Anya Taylor-Joy, Scream Queen. Sigourney Weaver, Scream Queen. Like some of the most famous actresses now are
Used
technically
to-
Scream Queens.
Oh shit! What's her name? The hermaphrodite.
Jamie
Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all ever hear that? She was a hermaphrodite.
That's a rumor.
No. Have you looked at her?
Yeah, I've looked at her.
Did you look at her in the 80s?
Yeah, with all the dude haircuts I've had my entire childhood.
Well, she's in Freaky Friday, right?
Freaky Friday.
She was like,
shit.
she was just like,
Halloween.
This isn't the freakiest Friday I've had. Now I just have a regular vagina.
I've had way weirder Tuesdays. What the fuck?
It's in True Lies. Arnold. That was a fucking great movie.
You know what? I'm going to believe it because I'm a person who just loves. Life's too boring not to believe in conspiracy theories.
I love fake news. Fake news is so
Dude,
much fun.
It's dude, Big Mike. That's the best thing that's happened to me in a long time, dude.
Nah, she's got a penis.
Dude, she's got like, why not? How does it hurt her that I believe that?
No, she's got a lot of money.
Yeah. Does it hurt? It doesn't hurt anyone. If I believe in the Loch Ness monster, who does that hurt? No one. Absolutely no one. Does it? Do I enjoy life? I do. Do I find other like-minded people that like the Loch Ness?
I'm just imagining you comparing Michelle Obama's big-ass dick to the Loch Ness
Yeah,
Monster
dude.
because it's sight unseen, but it's large from what we're told.
Oh, yeah, and then people, like, zoom in on, like, cropped-in shots.
Yeah,
like, there it is! There it is!
That's a log, dude. That's editing.
Dude, that's her dress, dog. Like, this not, like...
Hey, sure as shit, could be a log.
Dude, yeah.
But-
What if she calls like her dick Bigfoot? Because it's like people think that it's here, but it's probably not.
I think it was a Mitch Hedberg joke, but he's like, I think Bigfoot's blurry.
You walk up to Bigfoot and he's like looks pixelated, and he doesn't get to a high resolution. He just stays pixelated. You're like,
I can't remember who it is, but I was like, that's the fucking funniest joke I've ever heard in my entire life.
Easy.
It's so easy.
yeah.
Kenny Lee brought it up once about how much I don't like Theo Vaughn's stand-up a whole lot, but he's got one joke that Kenny brought up, and it's so fucking funny. He's like, well, my cousin got bit by a gay guy. We'll see.
Easy.
So
Yeah.
fucking funny. That's why
I wish I could write short jokes like that. Like I'm trying and I've tried, and
the
it's just
thing is, I don't
no
think
meat
you,
on that. There's no meat on that.
I think to do that, you have to be a character, and you're not a character.
No.
Characters are lame, in my opinion. And if you were a character, good luck on Kill Tony, but you'd have to be a Rudy and a character.
You just
be
have to
on there.
keep that up. That's the problem with the characters, that you have to.
Yeah, if you give up on the character, you're done forever.
Yeah, and you have to stay with it, and people will put you in that arena for a long time.
Fucking poor Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk like this my whole life, but then they paid me lots of money.
Character Aquafina, she did black scent for many years, and then
God, yeah, she was
then just
annoying.
started talking normal, and people were like, "What the fuck?" Like,
You're not allowed to do that.
yeah, you can't do that. Like,
You
yeah,
do Wild 'N Out one time, you talk black for the rest of your
well,
life.
yeah, dude, I can't. I can exaggerate characteristics that are already there. But like my stand-up, if you've ever seen it, it's just me being insecure. It's me about being insecure. It's about just me losing a job. It's like, and I exaggerate parts of it, and I exaggerate parts of my character. But I could never do a character. Now, if I was a streamer, 100%.
You have to be.
I'd want to be a character because to
Then
be
you
that
can,
to be that vulnerable on stream for a long time, you're gonna say some weird shit's gonna leak out. But if you put on the mask of like Dr. Disrespect and you say I'm a character, then if I was a streamer, then I would do that. But
he's also a punter. Did you see
Yeah.
the videos of him being Blake? Have you ever seen
dude,
that?
he's a beast.
Do you know who Dr. Disrespect is?
No.
He was just some asshole video game streamer, but he was also like the greatest punter I've ever seen, and almost became like an NFL 49er punter.
He's the 2-time Blockbuster
Oh,
champion.
yeah, I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
And then he said something horrible recently, and now he's
No, he didn't say something horrible. What
was
happened
it?
was Twitch. It's highly debated, but basically, some Twitch employees. So he's very big on Twitch. Twitch employees, woke people, did not like him.
right.
Some Twitch people did not like him. So the conspiracy is, which there's some facts about it, is that they try to implicate him in talking with a 17-year-old girl. And what happened is that it was proven that it was Twitch employees baiting him to try to get him canceled by creating this fake account. No pictures were exchanged. I guess it did get a little risky. He has admitted on cheating his wife in the past. But since it was
That's why you get married. Is to cheat.
since it was a
Otherwise, you're just a whore.
it's just a whore. But basically, it's found out that the Twitch employees baited him. So Twitch just tried to bury the whole thing. Said, "Hey, you're just going to leave Twitch, and we're all going to shut up about it." So for years, everyone was like, "Why do you leave Twitch?" And then one angry Twitch employee came out and was like, "He's a pedo. He's talking to minors on Twitch." And then everything spun out from there.
Yeah.
Is he perfect? No. Look at him. He's not perfect.
Yeah.
But he was
He
great.
looks like Dante.
Hey, dude, don't. All right, can we get into this? Can we get into this a little bit? That piece of shit. How's Cleveland going for you, bitch? How's Cleveland going for you? You getting booked up there? Doing fucking more Pictionary stand up? What the fuck is up with you? Fucking dumb bitch, dude. It is what it is, and you can say whatever you want about Dante. I have my own things to say about him. He's a lovely, beautiful man that betrayed me, And
Yeah. Fuck you, Dante. You shouldn't have left.
I wanted to fuck you. No,
How could you not take him with you?
Yeah.
He was ready to go in your suitcase. How could you do that to him?
Dude.
He was sitting at the window with his tail wagging.
Yeah, dude. Just you had to leave me like that.
He's like one of those dogs that sits at their owner's that's died graveyard forever.
Well, you know what? Let's not talk ill of the dead. So
Movies.
Movies.
Did you ever hear that old JP? Not old. It's one he's doing, but that old JP Hinsdale joke that he had about strippers and Batman. Oh God, I fucking loved it so much. I think he did it on Kill Tony, but he goes on. I think Batman and strippers are a lot alike, and da 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 da, like lead up da 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 da, and then the punchline is Batman's parents are dead, strippers' parents are dead to her. The way he just said dead to her, it always got me. I fucking loved that joke, but I haven't seen him since he did big things and moved. He moved to Austin. He's on tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's doing. I don't know if he's on tour, but he's touring a lot now. He's working with Joey Johnson a lot too. They moved down there together and they're fucking broing it up.
Must be cool, dude. I have to wait till my kid's 18 and my wife slips off a cruise ship and then I can move to Austin and make it big in comedy.
No, dude, just give up and go back to China. Just be the first white comic in China.
Dude, I inquired about it. So like Japan, they have a club and they actually have somewhat of a comedy scene.
Is it just Tokyo Comedy Bar or Club?
No, there's other ones, but
Okay.
the Tokyo the one that's in Shibuya is actually owned by someone from Dallas. So if you're a Dallas guy and you're ever in Tokyo, you can hit them up.
That's
and
what Ramos did.
Yeah. And so I was actually trying to get like a delayed flight to stay a night in Shibuya. But it didn't. No, China, there's no comedy there. There's no laughter.
You want to laugh? Go to work.
Yeah, there's no laughter there. I got told there that I was one of the good ones. That was weird to be on the other side of that. Racism is live and well. This is the start of the clip. Racism is live and well in China, and they don't care.
No, they never did.
No, I got called a deviled egg. They're like, you're white on the outside, yellow on the inside. And I was like, and the weird part was like, you change your Slack picture to that. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
I can't put that in my Twitter bio. Someone's going to get mad.
They could say stuff like, you're one of us. Dude, it's weird. I'm just like, cool.
You're the Gary Owen of Beijing.
Yeah, they think I look like a celebrity. They literally got called Adam Lambert there, and my daughter, who's a savage, was like, "That's because they think you're gay, Dad." I was like, "You little."
You raised a good one.
I got Post Malone. I was like, "Dude, I look. It's the beard. There's no other."
No, you're just a
qualifying."
white guy.
Yeah. I literally have a picture of me with Post Malone side by side. I showed the guy, and when I took a picture with him. I was like. Yeah, that's exactly. He's like, same. Looks the same to me.
Twins, brother, but he did drugs. I did not do drugs, sir. Post Malone did.
Yeah, no, dude, they just called me everything in the book. I tried to like do my so before a meeting, they said, Zach, do some of your improv. They call it improv for some reason. Like, do some of your
Do some of your fucking skits, you monkey.
Yeah, that's basically what they did.
Dance for me.
And so I try to do a simple one. It's one of my favorite ones. It's my Ouija board joke where I start off and I go, in America, you have to only be 18 and join the military. Laughter. They're like, what? We get drafted at 2. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're laughing. They're like, okay, we get it. And
that's why you are so pussy and round.
Yeah.
That's why you look like Post Malone.
Yeah. You
have no moral backbone. You need structure.
You draft painters. You draft painters and college kids to fight in your war. At 18, we've been training them since they were 2, and they do the jungle gyms there. Literally, it's workout equipment. They have like the muscle machine, like the picture. It's like it works out this muscle group. It's just a kid pushing a bar. He's like, this is fun game, but he's getting triceps.
They got a fucking Wing Chun dummy.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, I mean, pull up Chinese military videos. They're hilarious.
Dude,
they're so fun to watch because we're fucked if they ever ask for the $500 trillion we owe them.
Next part of the joke is where I said, but you have to be 21 to drink a beer. And they're like, that's weird to them too. And they're like,
us too.
Yeah,
we don't understand it
And
either.
I was like, isn't that weird to be 21 to be able to die for your country? Are you 18 die for your country, but 21 drink beer? That's really messed up. But you only have to be 8 years old to operate a Ouija board. That's weird.
Do they know what a Ouija board
No,
is?
that's where the joke died. They were dying laughing.
Just like
and
the
then,
guys in the Ouija board.
And they were just like, Ouija board? And I was like, hold on. I like turned to like my assistant and I was like, it's this children's board game where they can like summon spirits and the devil. She goes, I'm not telling them that. She goes, why is that a thing? And I go, well, Hasbro wanted to make money. I don't know. Like, and so they're like, all right, you can just start your presentation. I was like, okay.
Well, you see, some kids listen to Blink 182, and then from there, no one liked them, so they talked to ghosts because they didn't have friends.
Yeah. Their dad killed themselves, and he wants to talk to dad real bad.
And once they're stuck in heaven, they can't kill themselves again, so you just forcefully talk to
We
them.
need to do a podcast with the Ouija board.
Sure, but also, that's just one thing I genuinely have, like, not patience, because that sounds like I don't believe it. I kind of do, but I also really, really don't believe in any
I
of that
don't
shit.
either, but it'd be fun.
I feel like we'd just be sitting there and we wouldn't be playing into the bit because we didn't realize that anyone...
No, this is what you do. You got to get someone who, like, would believe in it.
Like Rudy.
Like, Rudy. Dude, I don't like this, dude. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
It's colder in here. We turned on the AC, Rudy. Shut up.
Yeah, Blake has a remote fan right here. He like presses a button. He's like, "Ooh, dude, I just gotta chill, dude. Ooh, I can't do this no more. Ooh, I can't do this no more.
Sitting
Ooh."
right in front of him, just blowing on his face. Oh my God! I feel a breeze.
He's so fucked up. You're sitting over there. You like throw a piece of ice between his legs. He's like, "Oh my God, my uncle tried to grab my dick." Like,
You ever touch a poopy butthole?
yeah, dude.
Well,
He
scared.
just straight Home Alone his ass.
You find out that's his Tourette's. This whole time, we thought he was trying to make a joke. That's just what he says when he's nervous. Poopy butthole. Solomon Grundy born on a Monday.
Dude, he was saying some wild shit during that episode. Oh my gosh.
We keep saying during that episode, like he says normal things in the wild. He doesn't. It's worse.
I don't know. That's one of my favorite episodes. Like, no shit.
It's
Like,
just chaos. Severe chaos.
Okay. Chinese military children.
Oh, now I'd be sad.
Why?
Because I'm not even as functional as a child.
No, dude, you're not, dude.
No, they know how to walk in like patterns and stuff, like a marching band, but really good, like at an HBCU.
Add training. First of all, you're in Bing. What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is something we've discussed before, but he specifically uses Bing.
Why not use like Quack or whatever the right wing search engine?
DuckDuckGo.
Yeah. DuckDuckGo. That sounds like a Chinese site.
Could you hear it? That was my tummy.
No.
Very hungry.
If you were fat, I could hear your tummy. Get fat Paxton. You know what? Hashtag fat Paxton. Hashtag fat Paxton.
Just wait 10 years.
Just go to Google. Why is this a thing?
Because we're past an hour, I'll talk about it now because there's no way she'll watch now. I went and had the gayest lunch date with the great white buffalo of mine today.
What?
Have you never heard the term great white buffalo?
No.
You've never watched Hot Tub Time Machine? Fuck you.
Okay. No, I've seen it. It's forgettable.
Great white buffalo, i.e. the one that got away.
Got it.
And more often than not, it's the one you never had that got away too.
Yeah.
But she's since moved back around here. We were hanging out today, and I was just thinking about that. Did you ever watch the movie Just Friends?
Yeah.
At the beginning of that, he's like, you never have a lunch date, you never go for coffee, or you're her gay's best friend.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I did both of those things today. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck. Man,
the only way that works is if she just got out of a really bad relationship. Dude, look at this, dog. Dude, we're
she's
cooked.
never been in a good one. I mean, even the fat ones are athletic.
We're cooked, dude. Look at this.
They've got tempo.
That'd be Paxton.
That would be me. Do you know how many people I made run again because I couldn't pick up the pace?
Really?
Fucking weapons.
Yeah, dude, look at this.
Oh my God, they have a...
Yeah, dude, dude, we're cooked.
Not only did they give them a gun, they gave them a fake gun with a fake grenade launcher on the bottom, so they got used to that part too.
Yeah.
This is like a SNL skit. Like, this can't be real.
Blake, we
No, it
found our
is.
first premise.
Yeah.
It's the Chinese military, so we gotta do Yellowface now.
Yeah, no. So the reason why, I'll tell you right now why they'll defeat us. So the ideology behind China, there's actually one. I know we're past an hour, but there's a bit that I have just cooking for you. I think you're big excited about.
We're good right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Usually we only care if it's over an hour if we're doing multiple in a day, but this is our only one today.
China they believe in a premise called one China. So they believe that the reason why communism works for them is because they believe everything that they do is for each other, and they're one united group. So like they might give each other shit for being fat or this or that, but like they don't mind sacrificing like being entrepreneurs, personal wealth, because they believe that everything is for each other.
Right. So this guy's a farmer because that guy is an accountant, like type of shit. Yeah.
And guess what? Those are our roles, and because we're one China, that's something to be. It might not be. We might not see that as like an ideal society, but that's a commendable society and belief system, and that's scary to go to war with. I'm not gonna lie. When somebody's like not caring if you're a Republican or a Democrat, if you believe in abortion, not abortion, you just believe like we're one. Like they're a Megazord. That's a thing. It's 10 billion people Megazord, and that's scary. But like that's the belief system they believe in, and they're training kids at 5-6 years old.
I thought I had another one.
Our kids are watching, was it Miss Rachel right now? That's our problem.
And Miss Rachel's the good one, because we were making Cocomelon crack for kids.
Yeah, dude.
And then we just made everyone stupid.
No, Miss Rachel's great. She basically was a speech therapist and thought that the education of speech therapy for kids was too expensive. So she literally, as a speech therapist, just did all the curriculum online for free.
Is it just me, or are more kids, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but are more kids having speech impediments than normal?
Yeah.
Is that because of technology, or what is that?
It's because of the vaccines.
Technology, but COVID as a whole, there's like so many repercussions of kids being like locked inside.
So they have no environmental, like you're not supposed to say W's for R's.
Kids are having real homeschool energy. You know what I mean? You remember like back in the weird kids were the homeschool kids?
Yeah.
Homeschool syndrome is kind of what happened to a lot of that.
Well, I told you the whole RFK vaccine conspiracy, where they started putting mercury in the vaccines.
Facts?
Yeah, I have to say conspiracy.
You're good.
Yeah,
allegedly facts.
Yeah, I think it's true. But
yeah. No, and
I don't know any.
That's why the
things.
autism rates
just
shot up.
Joe Rogan, and if you listen to Joe Rogan, his episode on there, he covers a lot of his, like, just if you want a good summary of like his career and what he's about, it's a pretty good
speaking of
dissection
Rogan,
of it.
Not to sidestep this point, but I haven't watched the Rogan Experience in a very long time. I used to be an avid fan, especially when it was more so like smart, like I think I always say his name, but like Forrest Galenti, this guy that survived a wolf attack that lived up in Alaska. When it was that, loved Rogan Experience.
We are a Rogan knockoff,
right? And for years,
two guys sitting down talking is not a Rogan knockoff. That is, you're making content off.
Part of it is also he wants to call himself Jamie, and I let him. While he's in here, and he controls everything about the pod.
So there was red band, then Nadav was blue band. He can be yellow band.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I guess so. Like, there's nothing. The only thing unique about, if you literally look at it, and I looked at it from an actual social media perspective, the only way that Joe Rogan, the biggest jumps he had in viewership in his podcast was 100% solely based upon the guest he had.
Yeah.
So Twitch streamers are the same way. If you get popular in Twitch streaming, it's because you were on a bigger person's Twitch stream. So Joe himself, people stick around because they understood who was and he liked him. But his gimmick is just, I'm Joe, I like to talk to people.
Right.
Well, he grew because he talked to bigger and bigger and bigger people.
Yeah.
His platform, but not, you take away Robert Downey Jr., Elon Musk, and
now Trump,
the scientist, he talked to a bunch. You
Yeah.
take away
Bob
name was.
Lars,
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. Oh,
you take away those 3 episodes, his podcast would be half the size.
Yeah, and you brought it up. The thing that was pissing me off that I was trying to get at before I lost my train of thought was for years.
You used to watch it. You don't watch it anymore.
I don't watch it anymore, but for years he would always say I would never have Trump on. He said that like verbatim, like I don't want to promote him as a person.
Yep.
And this was even like before presidency, I think. But then now, as of now when we're shooting, I think it was the episode that dropped this week or maybe last week. I haven't watched it, so I don't know what the tone is. But like, that's fucking. Don't go back on your word.
It was a good interview.
So his reasoning for that was again going back to Joe. He says, I only talk to people that I think are interesting that I want to talk to. So that's a pretty wide net, right?
And you can not like a guy and think they're interesting.
For him,
Rudy.
It was after the assassination attempt. He said, I need to talk to this man. So that is what broke the barrier. That's his official, like, what he said.
Yeah, and I guess at that point, it's not even from his perspective. It's less even. I got Trump on. It's more. I got a president that had an assassination attempt on.
Yeah,
like he could have had W. Bush on when he had a shoe thrown at him.
and
It's
he
the
did his
same.
Rogan stuff. Like he said, I wanted to ask him specifically.
You know anything about aliens?
Well, he did ask him about
Yeah, I know.
aliens. Yeah.
So he said he asked him about JFK papers. Like he asked him about his Rogan stuff. It wasn't just like a promotion of Trump train. The issue was though is that Trump came in and steamrolled him a lot.
It's Trump at the same time.
Yeah, and so the reason why politicians steamroll so much is because when they're doing interviews with like pussy news people, they need to get as much words in and context in, and every politician does this. I need to get as many words, context in as possible. Not a lot of them know how to do an hour-long or 3-hour-long.
That had to be the first time ever that a president's done an interview for 3 hours. Like I can't think of
an actual elected of president.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris did Charlemagne for
Schwarzenegger,
an
I
hour.
guarantee
For an
you did
hour. She did Charlemagne for an hour. But that's the longest ones. But
Which is
Joe
another
said
thing.
Joe said he didn't pee at all for 3 hours.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
he
have
only
water.
drinks Diet Coke and does uppers.
Ugh.
That's a fucking fast track to not ever peeing
Yeah,
again.
dude, he just sat there stone faced and was like, "We need to explore nuclear."
But
was very good,
you
though.
said Charlemagne the God. Like, the idea that comedy has worked its way back into politics is fucking ridiculous. You can have whatever opinion you want on Tony Hinchcliffe being at the RNC and saying whatever. At the end of the day, I'm a comic, so freedom of speech. I didn't think what he said was funny.
No, it wasn't funny.
At the end of the day, that's all I mean. But
Parts
that
of what
shouldn't
was
have
funny.
happened. Tony Hinchcliffe, one of the biggest comedians, any big comedian shouldn't be speaking at a political event.
Well,
You shouldn't be taking clips and using them for Kamala Harris promotion online of you doing Charlemagne the God's podcast,
But-
which I did see. Like
they're doing both. They're doing both sides. Trump did say Byron, his son, was the one suggesting going like Aiden Ross's podcast, the Nulk Boys. Yeah. But they're both doing it. They're both. She went on Call Her Daddy. They're just trying to. They think, and they're not wrong. That's the way to reach a certain audience.
Neither side is wrong, whether it's Call Her Daddy or Kamala Harris in this instance. Like, whether they're the podcast host, you're like, you need to get this. If Trump came on today, as much as I'm talking shit about him, I'd suck his dick if he was sitting right there because we just talked about how I'm not good with confrontation.
Yeah.
But as the host of that podcast, it's your obligation to try to get that person. And in the same vein, it's their obligation to
Now he did reel
do
him
the
in.
exact same thing.
So
that
Joe
you're-
did a lot of things where he reeled him back in a lot. So
Yeah.
he would go off on tangents. He's like, no. The question I asked was about this. So
Okay.
I think Joe did a very good job.
It was a very good job. The bigger discussion to have here is ever since Trump has come into the debate scene, because if you go back and watch like Mitt Romney and Obama, it was like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
and it was
cordial.
like handshakes. And he's like, you know what? My opponent might believe in higher taxes, but I don't. I just don't believe in it. And everyone's like, dude, he's saucy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got sauce.
At that point in 2008, that was or 2012 when Mitt Romney
Yeah.
was going. That was like a big thing at the moment. They were like, they were heated, and their fans, or not fans, but like their sides were heated.
Yeah.
And now, if they just looked at 2024, what was going on now, that fucking Republicans of all people raided the White House, which is something I never thought I'd see or say.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's the same thing that goes back
You mean
to
people
George.
that like freedom, Paxton? No,
Who doesn't lack freedom and
Don't
shitting
like
in the
freedom?
president's desk? Who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't put on a
That's
what's
not
that
me
secret
siding with those
society?
people, by the way. That's a callback to. I honestly did believe that my dad. I had to call my dad. I'm writing the joke right now, and I'm trying it out, but did have to call my dad on January 6th and be like, "Hey, Dad, where you at?" And he's like, "I'm out." I'm like, "Where?"
Are
And
you
he's like,
watching this? And you're
I'm like,
are you doing it?
"Yeah." He's like, "I'm just out. I'm out. I haven't feeling the breeze in my hair. I'm out with the boys." And I'm like, "Where?"
Feeling the breeze in your hair is a terrifying thing.
Yeah, and he's
to
just
hear from
like,
your
and he's just
father.
like, we're at the golf course, and I was like, oh, thank God. And he goes, yeah, but my brothers and sisters
are fighting in
for
Washington.
freedom. Yeah, that's my dad. So yeah, but yeah, no, I think it's a bigger commentary on that. But one thing I wanted to bring up real quick before we run out of too much time,
Of course.
but so a lot of people give you shit for your mom, Paxton. And
Apparently, yeah.
and you got a hot mom. You got a hot mom, okay? And then Jacob.
No one talks about how hot my dad is.
Yeah, and well, maybe he should flaunt it.
Yeah.
And then like Jacob Marshall. There's a lot of people that are afflicted with hot moms.
Does he have a hot mom, or does he just have a mom that was almost on OnlyFans?
No, she was on Kill Tony, and they just like they drooled over her, and I was just like,
they blew up her Instagram.
They blew up her Instagram. She was a singer. They talked about it. Just like I get it. I had an experience with this, so I don't. My mom is just a mom. I don't think she's like necessarily hot. Maybe you guys can review it and tell me in a minute. But my cousin is an OnlyFans model.
Oh,
she's like.
Is she successful? Because if she's not successful, then we definitely have to subscribe.
Is she looking for a videographer?
No. She's so popular. She has fans that shoot her stuff for free for her.
Oh,
so she is her 12th Instagram account.
She's related to Bad Bunny or Bad Baby.
She has 12. She has 500,000.
Oh
and
my
this
God!
Is her 12th Instagram
for spreading
account.
puss. Yeah. I'm working my ass off trying to write jokes and do this shit.
Yeah.
And so,
well,
God
she found
damn
a niche. She found a niche. I talked with her early on in her career, and I was like, hey, you have to find a niche. Just like a comedy podcast, find a niche, grind out your niche. So her niche, she got a boob job at 18. And everyone like sends me clips like, is this your cousin? I'm like, yeah, but that's not the girl I grew up with. Like she doesn't even look like that.
She was Small Tit Sam when I knew her.
Yeah, she looks like a hentai cartoon right now, dude. Like,
one of these.
She's and so. Yeah, dude, she just looks crazy. And I told her find a niche. So her niche was black nerdy guys who like anime. So she like dresses up like anime, like that's her niche.
Andy Franklin follows her already.
Yeah. People like people would steal her clips and be like, she would post clips and be like, this is a kindergarten teacher. People thought it was a kindergarten teacher, share it. So she hacked.
It's not a kindergarten teacher, that's my cousin.
She was in content houses that's sponsored by like lingerie companies. She figured it out from day one. But we're on a cruise together. This past week, we went to my cousin's cruise. It wasn't hers, but it was her brother's. And I felt the heat. Just everyone's like, is that your cousin? God, I want to fuck her. I'm like, dude, get off me. So I just wanted to let you know, I feel your pain a little bit of just people wanting to fuck your family members. I know it's your mom and it's a little bit different, but I just wanted to relate to you in that.
Surprisingly enough, and this might sound weird when I say it, I always knew my mom was a pretty lady. And I always kind of thought it was, and this might be Freudian, but I always thought it was weird that my friends didn't hit on her when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Not because they, like, my mom's hot. Why aren't you hitting on my mom? That's fucking, like, it was the thing. Everyone said everyone's mom was hot because that, and it was just never said about my mom. I'm like, I think they actually want to fuck my mom.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that no one said it is the reason. Like, my friend Angelo's mom, she was a regular mom, but we love talking about her big fat double H tits. Like,
double dunk chocolate cookie, dude.
Yeah. Miss Villalobos is a sweet lady, and I'd never say anything wrong about her.
Hey,
except
how many
for her...
booms are you going to give those tits? I'm going to give them 5 booms. Boom! 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 And your friend who's the Rizzler might fuck her. That's what you call a chicken bake.
That's what we call a dump, baby.
And it was funny. So she was assaulted on the cruise.
Oh
yeah, not Rudy, an actual he's about 6'1", had a mullet halfway down his back.
Oh God,
just like twitching.
He was tired.
She was in a bathing suit, and he went up and just started fondling her.
Oh Jesus!
And it was really bad. And she's with like other family members. My daughter's right next to her. My daughter was scarred. She was like, "What the people can just do that? That's insane to me." And so, but I had to have a discussion with her because she said I was afraid. She's like, "I'm afraid that could happen to me on the boat. Like I'm afraid that could happen to me." But I had the conversation with her. And I was like, "Okay, but look at your cousin. Look at her. Like,
cousin's a fucking dime piece, and you
look. Okay, the Becky Crocker."
Fairy godparents.
This isn't happening to you. Your cousin looks like a cartoon character running around, dude.
Becky?
The Becky Crocker. You just Google her, dude.
Google?
Yeah.
She's got 500,000.
Yeah.
If you said something like lean beef patty is your cousin, I would be like, oh my
dude.
God.
Just
this is about to be
images.
a problem.
No, just go straight to images. Oh, well, your shit's weird.
Fucking Bing. That her?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, man, I get it.
She looks like a cartoon character. Like, dude, like,
when you said cartoon character, I was thinking like way more like.
It's fake.
I was honestly thinking emo, and that's on me. As an
She was emo. You know what? That was her true self, to be honest. This Miami, Florida girl, look, she can't walk without her ass jiggling. That's a cartoon character.
You leave her alone. I'm not gonna say she's hot, but
yeah,
I think you did yourself a disservice with this. I think
no, I'm not. Like, dude,
that's pretty great.
I mean, I probably wouldn't sexually assault her.
She seems like a swell lady.
But once I told this to my daughter, because she was like, "Oh, you're right."
That is also, now that we've brought her up,
not
it makes a lot
victim
more
blaming
sense.
here, because it was a tragedy.
But look at what she's wearing.
But my daughter did say she was asking for it. That's what my daughter's words, not mine. My daughter's words, not mine. Cancel her.
How old is your
this
daughter?
is where the dig
How old is your daughter?
12.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's, if you can still in some restaurants eat for free, you can say whatever you want.
I'm also consoling a 12-year-old girl who's afraid that she'll get sexually assaulted by a.
And you know what? She shouldn't
And
not be afraid.
I'm going to get a picture of the guy. We took pictures of him. I'm going to send him to you. It's very apparent.
Dude, your cousin's fucking Shrek. I mean,
Yeah, dude, that's just what she does. The funniest thing about her OnlyFans for a long time, because she has a subreddit. So her boyfriend, she's dating a guy who only had one arm. And on her subreddit, they're like, dude, we see
was
this
he just
guy.
using nub?
Well, no. They never saw the other arm. So the whole subreddit was like, what is like, is this guy just like fucking this beast with a hand tied behind his back?
It's gotta be the biggest dick in the world.
I wanted just to blow up the subreddit and be like, hey, guys, he only has one arm. I never did it. I always wanted to, though.
She snatch it off with her fucking vagine?
Yeah, no, he just, I never asked him. I've only met him a couple times. Really nice guy.
Shark attack, probably.
Yeah.
Seeing her, it better be a shark attack.
From Florida.
If that's some boring ass, I was born without half my arm, fuck you.
I'm surprised Google didn't pull it up for you, but yeah, no, she's at 364 on TikTok. Yeah, this is probably her third account too.
Oh my god.
Because they really ride the line. They really ride the line of, like trying to push, their OF. She even took the OF out of the bio. Good for her.
Because she was making too much money.
No, yeah. I've had jokes about her in the past. This is the first time I've ever revealed who my cousin is, because she makes 10 grand a month. Or no, at her height, 30 grand a month, 50 grand a month.
Oh my god.
She's having a slow season. Like 10 grand a month.
Fuck you. My slow season is going on right now for work, and it is like, if I make $3,500 in the month, I'm doing well.
Yeah, she was walking around the ship, like butt naked with like a sailor hat, and her friend that was there was like there to help her film content, which she was great. She
like doing podcasts.
Nice. Yeah, if she ever comes to Dallas, we're doing podcast.
You can be on with her for half of it, and then you have to leave.
Well, she wants to do Caitlin's show, Girls Watching Porn. Caitlin has a Pornhub show of it's hot girls watching hot girls watch porn or something.
We need to get a niche.
Yeah. But they do it fully closed, so
and you know what? Because we're dudes, we can't watch porn, which sucks.
Yeah,
I would want to watch
good
porn
at it.
Yeah. So they but
Pussy?
I'll get her in, but they where was I going with this? Oh no, her assistant, like her friend, I think she started off as a fan. I don't know. She was really, really nice. She was amazing. She was taking pictures of her, and my cousin's like, why is everyone staring at me? I don't even know why people look. And people on the cruise ship, which it's a Carnival cruise, so they're
you look like Dolly Parton. What do you mean? Shut
She's
the
like,
fuck up.
people are taking pictures of me. I'm like, you're going around a ship doing a photo shoot. What's wrong with you? I think I gotta believe she's self-aware somewhat, where she's like, I know, like,
she knows.
right?
She knows.
She knows.
At the end of the day, she should have just walked up to the front of the ship and then just took her tits out and then just let everyone have the taste they wanted, and everyone would go about their day.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, like, oh, that is what I thought they looked like, and then I'd just leave.
We were at dinner, and at cruises they go around and take pictures of everyone. Yeah, they were like, hey, you, and then on the ship where they show people's pictures, so you walk up and want to buy them. Just her pictures were just like on one column. And I'm just like, Jesus, these
Can we
guys-
plaster you to the side of the ship?
Dude, they did all of it. They like people were so unapologetically just all over her the whole cruise.
Oh my
It
god.
was insane. And then my aunt, who's her mom, like tries to live vicariously through her.
Oh God.
And she's just like, oh, like my aunt got super drunk at the piano bar. She's like twerking. She's like, the guy's like, you gotta stop. She's whipping out her tits at the piano bar. She's like grabs her. She's like, come on, let's show my tits. Like this is my crazy side of my family. And
Out of respect, I want you to know that I almost asked how were your mom's boobs, but then I remembered they were your mom's or your aunt's boobs. And
you know what?
I pulled
Let's
back.
get a consensus. If my mom is hot, if you go to Instagram, because I do agree this did not do me a service at all.
I feel like we should bleep your name and not pull up her, or bleep her name and not pull up her thing on the video.
That's completely up to you. Yeah, maybe make it more of a mystery.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to use her. I'm going to use her following.
Do it.
I'm going to tag her.
But it was funny. It was funny that so her assistant, she's like, yeah, I'm just really tired after work today, and we're like, oh, what'd you do today? And she's like, I shot like 3 videos. And I'm like, where?
I stood
She's
10
like,
feet
in the
from a
room.
hot person.
So her friend sat there and just filmed her. By the way, they didn't bring a tripod. They brought like a.
They
I think
brought an anorexic bitch
it
who
was a
wouldn't stop
Sony.
complaining.
It was they brought. I didn't see what model it was, but it was like a Sony A700.
Yeah.
And they brought a Ronin. So she's handling the Ronin as she just like gummy worms herself. She's like, yeah, I had like 3 squirt videos I had to film today in the room. It was just really tiring. And I was like, you just filmed that? She's like, it's the job. And I'm just like, oh my God.
I was with her at breakfast an hour ago.
Yeah, no, she's like, yeah, that's when I
Jesus.
refueled.
Dude, $30,000 a month, I'd be sticking
That's why she was
stuff
eating a
up
lot
my
of eggs.
ass.
Yeah, she's like, oh, life's really hard. I crashed my, she has a $200,000 911 Carrera or something like that. Like a really expensive Porsche. She paid for it in cash, obviously. Dude, well, you know what? Fuck her too, because like
I would.
I was mad
sorry,
because I
I'll
couldn't
stop.
go to my favorite strip club for years, Ecstasy in Dallas, because she was there. And at the time, I just haven't accepted, like, that's what my cousin does and is and are. And so, like, the last thing I want to do is, like, go where my cousin works. So I couldn't go to my favorite strip club for years because that's where she was
coming to see
stripping.
my family at work.
I brought her a lunch. Okay, the Frisco Beauty Nurse. So my mom's an esthetician. She does, like, Botox, lip filler.
Making good money.
She was a
She not friends with you?
No, she is. She was a NICU nurse for 30 years, so she got tired.
Oh, wow.
She was tired of seeing babies die,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and she was like, "I'm gonna go just make women look like bimbos."
My
Frisco
sister.
Beauty Nurse. Oh, right there. There you go. That's my mom.
Oh wow. Yeah, you've got a very pretty mom.
Yeah, she's just a mom though. Like, you know what I mean? She's not like,
Yeah, she seems like a nice lady.
yeah, she's just my mom. The redhead.
I'm sorry. When I get horny, I sneeze.
The redhead in the reels, though, she's the sister of the OnlyFans.
Go find that.
Yeah. If you go, just click on the reels.
Yeah. Scroll,
Not training. I don't need no
Scroll down where you see posts. There it is.
reels. There you go. Redhead right there.
Oh,
Over, Blake.
I'm
There
assuming.
you go.
Is this what your cousin used to look like before she got all the work done?
I knew when she was 13, 16. She got her boob job. Some guy, those tits that you guys saw, some doctor in Miami put those in an 18-year-old. Tell me if that's responsible. It's not.
Yeah. In Florida, they're doing a lot worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was also going to say, this cousin who didn't get the boob job, I'm assuming, is stacked. So
oh yeah,
she hit.
yeah.
She had a pretty good starting point.
Yeah, she was there. She has a long-term boyfriend that was with her on the cruise, and I'm just like, dude, where's the ring, dude? Lock this down.
Yeah. What
Imagine
are
a
you
long-term
doing?
boyfriend. And
Lock
you're like,
it down.
oh, this is my girlfriend, and her sister is a very successful OnlyFans model that I definitely cannot look at naked.
Yeah.
I have to see her at every family reunion for the rest of my life, but can't ever see her
Yeah,
tits
dude,
like everyone else.
See, that's the thing. Like, people haven't sent you videos of your mom getting fucked. I've seen, like, my friends will be like, "Is this your cousin?" And she's just like, "Gluck, gluck, gluck, gluck." And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, she takes all the turkey at Thanksgiving.
We used to share a bathtub, and
Yeah,
now
like-
now you're showing this to me like I haven't already seen it.
Like, yeah, she's just, was fucked up too because we were just sitting there and I'm just like, yeah, for a long time it was hard. It was like, it wasn't hard, okay? For a long time it was just difficult because you're like, oh, this is what
Cousins
my cousin
count.
does. Your friend's sending you videos of just her just human centipede with 6 other women. And you're like, maybe I can block her out.
I know it's not the right thing, but as soon as you said human centipede, I started thinking the shitty walk guy from South Park.
She what?
Should I have the vanilla ice cream or the cuttlefish paste?
Here comes the cuttlefish.
Okay, the cuttlefish paste, and here we go. If you say so.
Dude, I had a nightmare the first time I watched that. Just the South Park episode, I had a
Not
fucking
even the real human centipede. Did you ever watch the real one?
No.
Oh, don't.
That's
I
enough
had
to do
enough
it.
of a nightmare with the South Park.
Save yourself with that. Save yourself.
China, Japan, what the diff?
What the diff? No, I agree. Like, there's people that bring up like my friend does OnlyFans, and it's like they have nothing. Did you see? You watch Kill Tony, right?
Ish. I see the clips
do.
when they
So
post.
my
yeah.
wife hates. She can't. She gets the ick when Red Band talks because he's just.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it makes
he's
sense.
fucking
From
weird.
the very little
He's
I've
just
seen, I
ick.
get it.
Some girl was on there recently, and he subscribed to her OnlyFans before, like, she got on stage. Like, he knew who she was, and then he decides to complain that she doesn't do anything nude
Oh, yeah, I saw
during
that.
the
Yeah.
show.
Thought you were gonna say new.
Yeah.
Well, stop knowing her material, but it's worse.
Yeah, no, it's way worse. I get it. Like, OnlyFans is great. I think OnlyFans is for people that like have a niche. Like, if you're like, I liked, like, my niche, like Peyton Presley, Angela White, Christy Mack. I liked damaged,
Big women.
thick, gothic
Not big
chicks.
women.
Yeah,
Thick women.
yeah. And so, like, if you find someone on OnlyFans that like,
Yeah, you won't make shit if you're just a pretty lady on there. You
No.
gotta have something.
gotta have a gimmick.
Well, I say that like your cousin's not just like a regular pretty lady. She's a very pretty lady, but she's also fine as fuck, and I'm assuming she's got some sort of niche
Well,
in there.
yeah, her niche was like anime, and just like black guys, like, which,
Those are two good lanes to go down.
yeah, she was like, you can put your one piece in me.
Yeah, she'll forever have black cock. If you do one black cock porn scene, you'll get black cock for the rest of your life.
She should have
and
done
anime.
more. I advise, like, she did some comedic skits where she'd like just drop her fat ass into like pizza
Very funny.
and then just pick it up.
I
and,
would
like,
laugh.
Cake squats. But I told her she should do more stuff like
Cake farting is a thing now. Have you seen that?
cake farting.
Cake farting. Like, not only is sitting in your cake with your big fat ass a thing now, but farting into said cake is now also a little added bonus for you if you're a real depraved piece of shit.
That's dope, dude. That's expensive hobby.
After
Is it a
8 or
sex-
9 videos,
Is it a
it's-
sexual kink?
I think it's all sexual, but from someone who's fucked in the brain, but not that fucked in the brain, I think it's a little more like, okay, this person's fucked up too, and I'm not alone.
Maybe.
Like, I think that's what a lot of kinks are. Is like, at some point you like that kink, but in more so someone's doing it with you, so you aren't alone.
Well, the
type of
biggest
thing.
definition, there's two things. So there's a fetish and a kink. So a kink,
This is a great point.
So-
I don't know these.
so the difference between a fetish and a kink is, and someone could probably correct me, but I'm 99.9% sure. A fetish,
As someone who goes to the meetings,
yeah, a fetish is a preference. So, like, I like feet. I don't. This is an example. I do not like feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I like feet. Now, if feet were my kink, it means I can't come unless I have feet. So one's
Okay.
a preference and one's a need.
gotcha. That
So
makes
it's a
sense
big
because
difference.
I was watching a video the other day that like someone didn't realize that some people actually fuck the feet.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't realize to an extent either. I knew like because of Dave Chappelle's special.
Yeah,
I knew he did. But I guess I have more because I don't fucking care. I like feet. I think feet are sexy, but that's kind of more like it's one of the last things before naked happens. That's kind of where I'm going to. Like, I've always said a good foot won't sell the person on me, but a bad foot will take me away from that person.
Yeah.
And I'll suck a toe, but like I'm not gonna fuck a foot. That's well, maybe in 10 years I might fuck a foot. Who knows?
It just
Give,
depends.
give it time.
Yeah, give it time. I'm
it time.
open-minded to everything. I've done everything twice. Why
Is it
not?
Everything twice.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing.
Even Blake.
It just depends.
How do you think he's moving in so cheap?
$650 a month, man.
$650 a month? Where are you moving from?
From Denton.
Denton.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
not that
and he's
bad.
also we've exchanged a deal to where it sounds like I'm shitting on you and you lost the end of the deal, but he's going to live here for cheaper and work on the podcast now and not get paid on the podcast, but in the back end he'll pay me by not. I don't have to pay. I used to have to pay him to do the.
It's less steps.
Yeah.
It's just less steps. That's
Yep.
all it is.
Yeah.
Because you could pay him and then get to pay you more.
Yeah.
And then I have to drive here 45 minutes every fucking time.
That was the other thing.
But
is-
even if you lived here and he paid you for the podcast, then you just have to pay him more in rent. It's just more steps.
Yeah.
Just less steps.
that, and I like the idea of
Gives us more time to work on shit.
Yeah.
it gives us more time to work on shit, and it's almost lame. Like, I love having you here, and we had to set a schedule, obviously, because we have different schedules and shit like that. But it would be way more fun, and I feel like the podcast would be better. Say we were just at a show, and then I convince you to come back to my house. We have a little sexy time, and then we do a pod.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, from there, if we're coming back, you're like, oh, we're in the moment. We just came back from something.
Yeah,
We're in
because
the
you
mood.
live in the middle of
Buttfuck Egypt, yeah.
tons of comedy clubs.
Yeah. Like, it's so bad. That's the one thing is Blake is moving in here, so I've got to kill my dream a little bit of moving at least maybe a little closer to the epicenter. Like, if Arlington wasn't such a shithole, Arlington would be the perfect location to live.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're pretty close. I mean, Dallas is a little far, but
I'm
Fort
closer
Worth
if
is
Fort
pretty
Worth
close.
takes a notch up, and it's got
it
Big
might.
Laugh now.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's only one day a week where I'm driving. From someone who's still only doing open mics because I still suck, but I'm driving one day a week to Fort Worth and saving gas, and every other time I'm going to Dallas or Richardson.
This
So
is how you take advantage to get more stuff. You just do a man on the street version of this. Do man on the street version
I
near
do love
clubs.
Billy Eichner.
So you can just get. So what you can do is you can get bigger people that aren't willing to travel out here, maybe, but are willing to talk on a mic and a camera for 1 minute to 30 seconds.
Yeah, it'd
Drive
be
it
great
down
for
to just
clips,
one cam too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then those will be reels, shorts, and everything else that can link back to the larger podcast. It's a funnel system.
Yeah, and that's what I've been telling them. Like, we got to start doing skits and shit. You
Yeah.
know, we got to start making ourselves known for more than just the podcast.
Well, it's what it is. It's that long form content is the goal. Long form content is where people become casual watchers to fans to
Right.
like zealot fans.
Yeah, because
Getting
we've got over 300,000 views on our YouTube channel, but like 98% of it is from our reels at this point, and not all of those people are staying.
Yeah.
So obviously you're not gonna get 300,000 people to stay, but
Use the feature now that on YouTube with shorts you can link longer videos to the shorts.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool feature. But the other thing is TikTok just added collaborations, so you can actually collab now. How you do
really?
on Instagram? That's new.
Okay.
It's in beta, but I think it's going to become available pretty soon. But the other thing is that it's like people need to see like 12 clips before that are 30 seconds long for them to sit around for a 5-minute clip.
and you know, in the same way.
And then they see 5-minute clips, then they might sit around for an hour.
Yeah, if you come on to a podcast that I like twice, I will most likely go check out your podcast at that point. But, you know, like, it took me forever to get into Jeremiah Watkins, which I find hilarious now because I watch so much stand-up on the spot.
Yeah.
So
So you eventually got into Scissor Bros.
not even into Scissor Bros. I don't know what that is.
It's his podcast.
Oh, so yeah, I haven't gotten to his podcast. I've gotten to his regular show series.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been doing recently because there hasn't been shit on TV to watch. Like,
No, I just watch podcasts.
I watch podcasts, and at the end of the night when I'm turning down, I go to, well, we were talking about syndication on the last one, and I'm being an idiot. But,
The Penguin, though,
ooh, I have heard great things about that. I do want to check that out.
one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
And I just got done. My wife's never watched Breaking Bad, so I made her watch all
Ooh.
that. So I was sitting there, I was so jealous of her. I was like, "You're fucking watching this for the first time."
Yeah.
She watched it all for the first time, and so I just got off that high, turned on Penguin, and I'm like, "Fuck!" The episode 4, I believe, has the highest IMDb score of any single episode of television ever.
Really?
At a 9.8.
Is this based on, like, the actual Penguin, or is it just, like, the outer things like they tried to do with
No.
Gotham?
It's this specific episode has the highest.
No,
Episode
I mean,
4.
like, the show. That's on me. But, like, is
oh,
the
it's
show...
it's connected. It is connected to Matt Reeves, the Batman.
Okay.
But you could never watch a single Batman thing ever
And pick up.
because Disney actually owns the TV rights for Batman. Funny enough,
Huh.
because Fox owned them, bought them when Adam West was around. Warner Brothers never got their hands on them, so
That makes sense.
you can reference Batman in the TV show, but you can never show him longer than like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So, no, you could literally know nothing about anything, turn on the show, clean, just start watching. Now, if you watch,
So Blake, we're golden.
So if you watched The Batman,
I watched that movie.
if you watched The Batman, will it be more impactful? Yeah, because at the end of The Batman, remember the Riddler floods the city.
Right.
So at the beginning of The Penguin, it is people dealing with the flood that happened.
Oh, okay.
So you know how horrific it is because in the movie you saw it. They only reference it in this, and they're dealing it with the aftermath. So it's like the difference of like knowing how bad Katrina was versus you're watching the show after Katrina kind of thing.
Right.
But you don't have to. It's not necessary. You could just literally turn it on, and it's The Sopranos and Gotham.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Is it
Yeah.
really like Sopranos?
100%.
Yeah.
But
Hell
juicy as fuck. It's so dude. I haven't raved about a TV show in a very, very long time.
I was just thinking about that. What's the last TV show I raved about? And I think as out of timeline chronologically it is Seinfeld, because I never watched it as a kid and then I went back and rewatched it. And I think because I'm a comic and I'm older now, I would have, if I watched that as a kid, I would have hated it.
I did. I watched it as a kid and I hated it. I was like, what is this? And I was like, why is this guy in a pirate shirt? Why is he complaining about soup? Like, I didn't get it.
He's just a regular fucking guy. And,
Yeah.
you know, now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I get every bit of nuance now. There's so much nuance to
They're
that
all
show.
pieces of shit. You know what I mean? Like, like, and that was the bit. That was the bit at the end of Seinfeld.
They're all such bad people. They're like, oh, buddy.
Yeah.
You're going to think they're great people by the time you do some things.
Yeah. They think they're really great or not. But yeah, like, fuck Dante.
I think on that note, because I'm sweating and I got to pee,
You're
and
good.
I'm not kicking you out of my home.
No.
Please
You're
stick
good.
around and
You're
hang
good.
out on the couch.
You're good.
But let's end the episode because
Yep.
I got to go put on some
We're
shorts.
now hour 40.
Oh, hour 40.
Cool.
We got to cut
Good
out
one.
5 minutes, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
So Blake will do this when we introed you in the beginning. I forgot to ask for your social media. So if you'll go ahead and give the people at home watching your social media so they can follow you at home.
Yeah, it's the Mad Zach, which I'm thinking about changing because like a lot of people are like
ZAK.
yeah, it's ZA THA the because I'm dyslexic MADZAK.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're on TikTok as well.
TikTok, Instagram, Rumble, Patreon. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, just all the regular socials.
We're about to have to go to Patreon for sure. As soon as YouTube makes one more wave click, and then we're done forever.
But do you guys monetize? Well, I'll talk to you guys about it after. But thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming, buddy. We loved having you again.
Yeah.
And I know, especially on a Tuesday night, coming all the way out here to BFE is a fucking pain in the ass. But we appreciate having you. And if y'all will follow me at pbailey_comedy and Dingbat District Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and like and subscribe to the YouTube. We got new episodes coming out one every week, and clips coming out every single day. So other than that, thanks. Bye.
Bye.